Right, back to it again. What I'm going to do now is put the flywheel on. I thought, even because this car was automatic, but it did still have a spigot in it, a small one, wherever it's gone, which I just got out. The other one's over there somewhere, soaking in oil, waiting to go in. But I know it's not the original engine, so maybe that spigot is from a 4-speed, maybe, and it just had the spigot left on it. I can't remember how the torque converter and everything goes in, whether it pops into there or not. But anyway, that doesn't really matter, because we've got to put the one in for the SDI, like the 5-speed. So clean the flywheel up a bit. And we've got the bolts. I'll show you the difference in the bolts as well. So this one is an automatic one, because it goes through this spacer, and that's a manual one, so you can see that the length in them is quite different. So if you're converting to manual, make sure you get the right bolts. Well, I think they bottom out before you could even tighten them up anyway, so you would know anyway. But yeah, just a little pointer. Right, so let's get this on here, and then we can sort the gearbox out and get that mounted on there as well. Alright, I think I forgot to hit record then, so I just missed that whole bit. But I just lined up the flywheel. I've just lightly nipped the bolts up. I've looked up in the book and it's £60 a foot. So we torque these up and then move on to something else. I need about 27 hands there. Go opposites. It's a bit awkward. I really ought to make something so I can wedge that in there, but I'm not doing that now. Right, just go around, check them all quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the flywheel on. Right, I'll turn the camera off. I'm going to just torque up the front crank bolt so I don't forget, and then I'll meet you over by the bench. Right, I'm over here now. Got the gearbox up on the bench. I'll get the light to work. There we go. That better? Hopefully. So all I want to do is change the oil seal in the front and the rear one as well in a minute. So it looks like we've got 6 bolts here. I haven't ever done this before, so We'll have a guess. This gearbox seems really good. There's like no play in that front at all. I did drain it out during the week, you might have seen on Facebook or on Instagram. But while I'm doing this, don't forget, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, make a comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can get some notifications. Just me in my garage, working by myself, which can be hard work sometimes, but anyway, hopefully we can get this out. Hopefully it won't be too stuck on there. Pieces. Alright, let's try and see if we can just gently it's only stuck on the gasket, but hopefully not too much will come out because I have already stripped it out. Alright, so it looks like the oil seal's down in here. And make sure we don't disturb or mix up any of these. You see, you've got loads of play in that now because the play's set by these, I'm guessing. Right, I'm not going to film it all, but I'm going to clean all this up, clean that surface up, and knock a new oil seal in. I'll be back in a minute. So I've cleaned all my gaskets off now, as you can see, and over there, and put a new oil seal in there. Actually, just get my finger in a bit of oil. I'll put a bit of oil around the seal, but I'll just put a little dab around there as well. Just so it goes together a bit nice. Well, so it doesn't tear the bloody... Right, now what gasket is it? Is it that one? What is it, that one? Well, now that's interesting. I've got two different gaskets. Maybe it depends what gearbox you got. I'm guessing it's that one because it's got that lump there. So we'll go for that one. Yeah, maybe the older gearboxes have a slightly different cover on the front, or maybe it's an R380 box. I have no idea. Right, anyway, let's get a couple of them in there to hold the gasket in place. Got me shims in there. And my shim fell out. Excellent. Right, give that a wipe off. Another job where I need 27 hands in. Line that back up, bolt it up. suppose while I am this end I could carry on and put the bell housing on it, couldn't I? Or turn it around. Oh, chug on the floor. Yeah, hopefully you won't get no leaks there in then. Now. Alright. Well, still turns nice, so that's happy days. Right, there's no reason why it shouldn't do. Because I haven't really took anything apart. I haven't adjusted any bearings or anything like that. So. Alright, let's get a new pair of gloves because I don't want to get me bell housing dirty. Right, so got my bell housing now. Cleaned it up during the week. It's not absolutely mint, but it's definitely tidy looking, which is all I want. Don't really want my big fat head in the way, do it? Right. Just bolt this on, 6 bolts. And clutch arm on, release bearing, and find a longer extension bar. This is not going to be long enough, is it? No. We're getting there now. Right, I'm going to switch this off while I find an extension bar. Aha, I didn't find a longer one, but I found another short one, so that'll do. I have no idea what the torque setting is on this, but tight. You can't go too tight, you break the aluminium. Right. These bell housings ain't cheap. I was lucky that I managed to buy a complete gearbox with the bell housing and gear linkage, gear stick, everything. The only thing that I didn't have on my gear stick was the cut, but I managed to sort one of them out yesterday with from a kind chap on Facebook. So they need repairing, but they're like hen's teeth. Oh. Maybe I should be doing this on the floor. I think I might look at a torque wrench set for this actually. I'm not sure what to do on that, so I think that's what I do. Right, let's have a look. cheated and we've got an SD1 book. Look at gearbox, I'm guessing. Where the bloody hell's that? Electrical, braking, manual gearbox. Oh, manual gearbox and automatic transmission. Right, tolerance settings. Bell housing to gearbox casing bolts and set screws. 59. That's higher than I thought it would be, but bell housing to gearbox casing bolts and set. Yeah, so it's 59. So basically, what are we got it set at? From doing that flywheel earlier. Oh, this is awkward. It's moving about. I don't want it to fall off. Oh, that was hard. I can't hold it down. What a nightmare. Alright, let's move you back a little bit. And then let's tip you down this way a little bit. What happened there? Oh, my legs fell off. My legs fell off my tripod. That's better. Right, so I'm going to put it down on the floor. Because then I can get my legs around it like this. That's better. Go around and check again. There. Yeah. 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 Yeah, all good. Right. That's all on there now. Looking pretty. Which is all a waste of time where it's going to be sat under the car, but there you go. Right. Next job is get that flange off on the back and change the oil seal in there. And then we can put the gear linkage on and get it all on the car. On the car, on the engine. Whew, yeah, sorted. Right. I'm going to have a drink and a fag and I'll be back. Right, so I've got a slight problem at the moment in that I cannot find a socket to fit that. I've got literally get this flange off. I've got literally every size except the one I want. So I'm just waiting to see if my mate's going to turn up in his van. And hopefully he'll have something that'll fit it. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to go back over the engine and I've just put the bush in, the crank, so I'm going to set the clutch up and I can bolt this all on. So yeah, we'll do that while we're waiting to see what's going to happen, but hopefully it'll turn up in a minute. Right, so got my new clutch. And what I make it is random make by the look of it. I can't remember, I thought it was a name one, but what's on there? No, just medium grey bin, but it's got a bit of surface rust on it where it's been hanging around in here for ages, so never mind, that'll be fine. Right, got my clutch lining tool. I only just bought this on eBay, it's only like a tenner. So yeah, I just thought it might make it a bit easier. So put that on there. Actually, you won't put that on there because I've left the bolts over here. As you can see, my bronze bush is in there now. I said I thought it'd be easier, but apparently not. Stay. Get a couple of these started and then we'll centralise it up a bit. Oh, I did pick all the bolts out, that's handy. I wasn't sure for a minute. Pretty straight to me. See, it's got flywheel side written on the clutch plate, but you can't really get it wrong anyway, because it won't fit the other way around anyway. That's that. So that on there. It's good to me. Right. We'll find the bits for the release bearing and we'll put that on the back of the box. So I literally just spent the last half an hour looking for this, which is what my clutch release bearing sits on. So we'll tap that on there. That should slide up and down there nice and. I will put a very tiny bit of copper slip on there just to be sure, if we can find it. Oh, where the bloody hell is that one now? Is it over here? I really need to get organised. Must be here somewhere. Didn't use it that long ago. It's probably hiding. And it is hiding because I can't see it. Right, let's turn the camera off yet again, try and find it. I've got it. So I'm not going to put a lot on it, because you don't really want grease and stuff near your clutch. Right, let's put a little smear on there, where that slides up and down, and a little smear on there. I did try the clutch on the splines as well, by the way. In case you wondered. We'll put a little bit on that ball as well. A little bit in there. Right, happy days. So I've got my new arm, because I didn't have a new arm with it, which I have actually got a second hand one now, which come with some other stuff. Yeah, I've got to work out how you do this now, because that obviously goes in there. It looks on that. And then we've got these two little squares, or what you call them really. I'll put anything on them. They go on there like so. And I'm guessing that goes on there. Can you get that slip down, or does that have to? I think you have to look on that first. try and feed it all in at the same time. Oh, that's a bit awkward, that is. Let's start again. Take them off for a minute. Look that. Right, so that hooks in there. So you've got to try and sort of feed it onto there, onto the release bearing. Whilst not sticking your head in front of the camera, which I've probably done half a dozen times, and then they fall off. So we'll pull that back. Bugger. Oh, this is awkward. I'm probably making it look really a lot harder than what it should be. Alright, put that on there first then. And that goes up far enough to... No, because it goes all the way there. That could go all the way down. That... No. I'll get it in a minute. Right, we've got it in there. I think I made that look a lot harder than what it is. Alright, so we've got that now. Alright, so that's that on there. So the gearbox can go on the back of the engine now. Because obviously it's going in the P6 and I'm using a different slave cylinder. I'm using the P6 one, not the SDI one, or SD1, whatever you want to call it. I was going to, because you need to put a spacer on the P6 one about 1/4 inch. I was going to cut that down 1/4 inch to do the same thing, but I've decided to put the spacer in it, because if I do it wrong, if I do cut too much off, it's easier for me to mess around with the spacer on the outside than this once it's all bolted up and bolted in. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to find the bell housing and bolts, and then I'm going to get it bolted on. Cool. Whoa. Right, So let's see if this goes on there nicely then, shall we? This thing's bloody heavy, I know that much. Going. Oh, that's heavy. Try to take a bit of the weight of the engine. Hasn't gone on as easy as I hoped. It is on the splice though. Oh. Can't quite get it yet. God, that's heavy. Size out 9/16, I think. Alright, that's on the piss now. Right, so I was chatting away to myself then, and then looked up and noticed the camera had switched itself off, which means I didn't press record again. But anyway, it's bolted up now, as you can see. All of these bolts, all the ones that we used on the automatic, so you don't need to get any different bolts or anything, so that's good. Yeah, in the end, because there's two longer bolts down there, what I've done was use them as a guide, like sort of got them started and then use that to slide the box in, because these are so heavy, these boxes, it's ridiculous. But anyway, it's in there. Well, it's on there, and now it needs to be in there, but I still need to change that oil seal because my mate still hasn't turned up and I haven't got the socket here. But I could do it underneath, I suppose. I better get under. Yeah, it's just I've got to put that remote on there yet as well. I don't really want to fit that when it's underneath, so I'll put the remote on it and then we'll get that off later when it's in the car. It'll probably be easier anyway, to be honest, because I'll be able to lock it in gear. Oh no, that won't matter because it won't be joining the prop shaft, will it? But yeah, we'll get it undone under there anyway. Right, cool. Right, so I'm not sure what I have and haven't filmed today, but my mate come round and he gave me the socket, but I haven't changed that seal yet. I'll do that later. But he gave me a hand to put the engine in, which he didn't want to be on camera, so I didn't film it. But it's all sat in there now, so next week I will attempt to make a gearbox mount. Yeah, so that's it today, guys. So have a good rest of the weekend and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.